This video is sponsored by Miart. More about them later in the video. Have you published your books through Amazon KDP but have no book sales to show for it? Then I'm going to give you the exact reasons for your lack of book sales and how you can overcome this challenging hurdle. I'm going to give you the 3 keys to selling more books, but it's only based on you actively and consistently marketing and promoting your book. Amazon won't promote your book if you won't promote it. When you can prove your book is viable through consistent traffic and sales, they're bound to show you some love. So assuming your marketing and promotion is on point and consistent, you've got 3 key factors in the lack of book sales that come down to an acronym I like to use: KCC, keywords, copy, and cover. Let's break it down one element at a time. Modern self-publishing leans heavily on a digital presence for discoverability. Use the right words to represent your book and your ideal reading audience will find you with ease. Leverage words with no real strategy and your book will mire in obscurity along with millions of other books that don't generate a single sale. In my 5-time award-winning book, Amazon Keywords for Books, I shared: keywords are the bridge connecting a customer to a potential outcome or product. When a customer wants to learn more about something, they open a browser, type into the search window what they believe they want to find, and the search engine scrapes online options for the best fit. To be clear, a keyword isn't just a single word. In fact, a keyword can be a phrase of 2 words or more. For example, if you're a historical fiction author, a potential keyword you could use is historical fiction Civil War era. Granted, this keyword wouldn't work for all publications, even if it has low competition and high search volume. However, if you're a historical fiction author who writes stories based in the Civil War era, this might be an excellent option. Since we're focused on Amazon for selling more books, lean on your primary marketplace for finding the right keywords. Open your browser in incognito mode, visit Amazon, and start typing a potential word or phrase you would associate with your book. If you're a nonfiction author, think about problems and potential solutions your book offers. If you're a fiction author, you can use the setting, character types, character roles, plot themes, and story tone. Avoid using any words associated with Amazon like Kindle, and do not use free because that's a huge no-no to them. Once you have a list of keywords, you want to put them in quite a few places that include the title, subtitle, series name, book description, 7 back-end keywords, images and text for A+ content, and so much more. Organically weave keywords within every nook and cranny, but do so tastefully. There's nothing worse than seeing a product like this. I mean, what is this? I wouldn't even know unless I looked at the picture. And don't manically search for your book based on a keyword. Set the keyword and let Amazon's search engine algorithms to handle the rest. The only way to build relevance with a keyword is through cold, hard sales. Only change your keyword selection when you see no noticeable change in your sales after 90 days. If you're seeing sales, you're probably on the right path. Everyone judges a book by its cover. Everyone. With few exceptions, readers are subconsciously judging your book covers based on what interests them the most. Nowadays, they're scrolling through an almost endless supply of books. The books that don't have an appealing cover will get passed in favor of the ones that catch their eye. I'm a huge proponent for hiring a pro cover designer because there are so many subtleties and nuances to creating an eye-catching book cover. Your job as an author and self-publisher is to write or produce the best content for inside the book. A cover designer's responsibility is to produce a visually appealing aesthetic that'll not just stop the customer from scrolling, but command their attention. Book covers like this won't cut it, but book covers like these will. Recently, YouTube channel host and self-publisher Jenny Hansen Lane won a cover design package by my sponsors Miart. Behind the scenes, all she had to do was fill in the project details with all the relevant information and her specific needs. Then Miart got to work right away. Within 5 days, Miart presented Jenny with 2 cover design concepts. After a few suggestions for subtle changes, Jenny had a cover design that pops at a first glance, increasing the likelihood of turning a browsing customer into a devoted reader. Rather than tell you what she got from Miart, how about I show you? Let's look at it right now. Get access to my preferred cover design service, Miart, when you visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/Miart. But a professional cover design isn't the only factor in getting a book sale. So far, we've made your book more discoverable and more appealing to a browsing customer. Yes, you'll have some readers who will buy your book based on a stellar cover design, but for the vast majority of other discerning readers, you have to state a really strong case in favor of not only buying your book, but taking the time to read it. Enter copy. Authors who summarize their content in a book description are doing a great disservice to all their hard work. Yes, we all know you wrote a killer book, but the person who needs to know it the most isn't convinced your book is worth their time and financial investment. This is why I refer to the book description as ad copy. The purpose of ad copy is to sell a product, service, or idea. It's all based on copywriting, or the act of writing text that persuades someone to take a particular action. In this case, it's buying your book. As neat and as cool as you think your book is, simply giving your browsing customers a synopsis of your book isn't going to cut it. In separate interviews with book description experts Brian Cohen and Brian Meeks, I learned that every book description has primary elements you want to embody within the text. Let's take some of those elements one at a time. Number 1, the hook. Lead with the most compelling element of your book that'll compel browsing customers to read on. If you're a nonfiction author, it should be addressing a potential problem the reader has and how you have the solution. If you're a fiction author, it needs to be about what's at stake in your story. Number 2, brevity. No one wants to read your giant wall of text. Break up the ad copy so it's easily digestible at a quick glance. We're living in a world of instant gratification, so the sooner you get to the point, the better. Not to be confused, you don't want to be so brief that the browsing customer is left with little reason to invest in your book. When in doubt, look at the best-selling books of your genre and see how they lay out their text while expertly pacing the details in a logical fashion. Number 3, a solid reason to buy. This little line describes exactly what your book is about and why readers will love it. Something simple like, you'll adore this book because it's going to make you love writing descriptions and copywriting. Or, if you like awkward heroes, cheesy humor, and tense cliffhangers, then you'll love Brian Cohen and Casey Lane's witty origin of a new super. Number 4, a call to action. Keep it simple. Buy it now, order it now, anything simple will do. Yes, you need to close out your description with a call to action because otherwise you're leaving it up to the browsing customer to figure out the next steps. Customers aren't stupid, but they do need a little prompt. That's why you want to keep it simple and get to the point. One of the best ways to know if your 3 elements are in place is if you're getting book sales. When in doubt, run a sponsored product ad through Amazon advertising that's hyper-targeted on your ideal reader through keywords or books in your genre. If you get lots of impressions with no clicks, you might have a cover or targeting issue. If you get a lot of impressions and clicks but no buys, you have a copy issue. But when you get lots of impressions, clicks, and sales, you've hit nirvana. So run with what you have. As you grow your backlog of books, you might run into yet another problem. In fact, it stops most authors from selling more books. Find out more about it right over here.